Have you ever just needed to draw a final, definitive line in the sand? Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. We're breaking down this really powerful personal document called the Sovereign Clarity Statement. It's basically a framework for taking back your power, for reclaiming your peace, and we're going to walk through how it works piece by piece.
Right from the jump, the statement comes out swinging. It says, "This is a declaration for the record." That sets the tone immediately. This is not just a diary entry or some angry tweet. That phrase, "for the record," makes it sound almost legal, you know? It's meant to be a permanent, undeniable statement to the world.
So you have to ask, why is a declaration this intense even necessary? To really get what's happening now, we have to look at what happened before. And the statement tells us it all started from a place of vulnerability, a time when the heart was in the driver's seat.
The self-awareness here is just incredible. The author says their heart is dumb, but then they immediately clarify it. It's not dumb in a mean way, but in the way that love can just be so innocent, so unprotected. They're admitting, hey, my heart made some bad calls. And that's a deeply relatable place to start from, isn't it? Leading with an open heart that gets you hurt.
And this slide just lays out that huge internal shift so clearly. Look at the left. That's the past. The heart's driving, and the mind is just in the passenger seat taking all the hits. Now look at the right. That's the new reality. The mind is making the calls, it's in control, and the heart, well, the heart is safe. It gets to ride along, but it's not the pilot anymore. That right there is the full counterbalance they're talking about.
Okay, so that's the theory. But how does this actually work in real life? The next part of the statement really gets into the nitty-gritty, the mechanics of this change, the new rules of engagement.
And here we get a key concept: sovereign severance. Now, this isn't just about ghosting someone or taking a little break. This is a clean, permanent separation. It's a full-on cut. And the reason why is so important. It's not about revenge. It's an act of self-preservation. Think of it like a necessary surgery to save your own life.
This line just clarifies the motivation so perfectly. It pushes back hard on that idea that setting boundaries is somehow cold or that you don't care. No, this reframes it as what it is, a vital act of self-protection. It's about building a fence for your own safety, not about being indifferent to whatever is happening on the other side.
Oh, I love this idea, the emotional economy. Just think about it. How much energy do we waste engaging with negativity, arguing, seeking apologies that are never going to come, getting sucked into drama? Well, the author is basically declaring bankruptcy from that entire system. They are refusing to deal in the currencies of hate or vengeance anymore, period.
And here's the pivot. After all that internal work, all the setting of new principles, the statement turns outward. This one simple question, but now, it signals a huge shift. It's a direct address to the people who caused all this harm in the first place.
And now the gloves are completely off. The statement just lays out the grievances. And the language is, wow, it's stark, it's direct. You tried to kill me. You tried to erase me. Now, whether that's literal or metaphorical, the seriousness is undeniable. This isn't about some little misunderstanding. This is about deep, profound, deliberate harm. And the list just keeps going. It details just how deep and twisted the betrayal was. It wasn't one thing. It was a whole pattern of taking, of plotting, of deception. And that last one, smiled in my face, that just hits differently, doesn't it? It paints a picture of a really intimate, calculated kind of betrayal. So, you've declared your boundaries, you've aired the grievances. What now? How do you actually enforce all this? Well, that brings us to the action plan, and it has a pretty intense name, the Predator Protocol. This is where the words turn into a daily practice.
This is such a powerful image, isn't it? It's not about being angry at your own heart for being compassionate. It's about parenting your heart. The author knows the heart might have old habits, so the mind's new job is to gently but firmly say, nope, not this way, and guide it away from danger, like a loving parent would.
And this slide breaks it down into 3 really clear, actionable steps. Okay, so step 1, recognize. You have to see harmful people for exactly who they are. Step 2, redirect. That's that gentle parenting of your own emotions we just talked about. And step 3, enforce. You stay absolutely firm, 10 toes down, as the author puts it, on your boundaries. No compromising.
This is huge. The author is basically resigning from a job they never applied for. I am not standing in the gap for you anymore. I am not your intercessor. I am not your silent savior.
In other words, I'm no longer going to be the shield that absorbs the consequences of your actions. That service is officially closed for business. And all of this leads us to the conclusion, the final verdict. But it's probably not what you'd expect. It's not about getting even. It's not about revenge. It's about a very specific, very personal kind of justice.
This is such a critical distinction. The author explicitly rejects those lower-level emotions like revenge and rage. By calling this justice, they're elevating it. This isn't a heat-of-the-moment decision. This is a verdict that comes from a place of clarity, principle, and moral authority.
So, what does this kind of justice actually look like? Well, it's not about punishment. It's about seeing things clearly for what they really are. It's about having the strength to just walk away. And ultimately, it's about choosing life, choosing truth, and cutting ties with all the illusions and all the betrayal. It's actually a really constructive, life-affirming kind of force.
And here it is, the final cathartic act, a formal disownment of any relationship, whether it's family, a lover, a friend, that was built on something fake or harmful. It's a powerful and final release of all those ghosts from the past.
And this is the climax of the entire thing. After all the boundary setting, all the analysis, all the letting go, it all boils down to this one single powerful choice. It is the unapologetic, irreversible commitment to yourself.
And the whole statement ends with these three final powerful lines. They're like a seal on the whole document. Permanent means this isn't changing. Mine means nobody else has a say in it. And sovereign means they have the ultimate and final authority over their own life. It is an absolute mic drop. And so, that brings it all back to you, doesn't it? It leaves us with a question. If you were to write a declaration for the record, for yourself, what would it say? What boundaries would you need to set? And what would you need to sever to finally reclaim your own sovereignty? It's a really powerful idea to think about.